This is hands down the most dominant defense in both Madden and College Football 25, and I guarantee you've never seen it used like this before. The best part about it is it's just as good in both Madden and College Football 25, so everything in this video works for both games just as effectively. Now, the meta defenses right now base out of both dime 1-4 and dime 3-2 in Madden, and dime 2-3 odd or 3-2-6 in CFB. The way they set their defense up is they have base align on and auto flip off. They ensure cover 4 drop is in their audibles, then they call double safety go and audible to cover 4 drop. Then they blitz all their linebackers, zone out their defensive tackle, and grab their right of screen linebacker and hover in the left side B gap. Then on the snap of the football, they run straight down and engage with the guard. And what happens is that the blitzing linebacker will come in clean through the B gap. They also do the exact same thing in reverse and have the blitz come in on the right of screen. And in CFB, they simply call cover 4 drop and do the exact same thing, but without all the alignment tricks. They blitz all the linebackers, move one linebacker over, and engage with the guard, causing one player to scream and free. But what if I told you this meta defense was being used all wrong? Because there's a variety of very common route concepts used by elite players that absolutely destroy this defensive style. All players have to do is put a speed out in a spread alignment, and this defense can do nothing about it, as the hard flat won't be able to get there and the outside quarter is too far back. And since your user is stuck on the line for a moment, you won't be able to switch stick either. If they try to put a flat on the outside corner to stop the speed out, that's when they'll begin to give up a streak for an easy touchdown on that same receiver. This is because the safety is too far inside to even make a play on it. This style of defense also gets cooked by the street corner flat concept, as even when the safeties are pressed into the box, they can still give up the tight end seam. Many times it will also give up the corner. So we need to check a few boxes with this new defense. We need to, number one, be able to engage blitz, which this defense can do perfectly. It should also shut down speed out routes, which this defense will intercept every time, while also not giving up touchdowns to outside streaks, and this defense stops these streaks in their tracks. It also needs to stop interior seam streaks, which this defense absolutely cages. Well, lastly, it must stop the corner in the street corner flat concept, which this defense also does. Now, the elite defense I'm talking about is called the nickel 3-3 in Madden and nickel 3-3 stack in CFB, running primarily cover 2 drop and cover 2 man. To use this defense in either game, you must make sure auto flip is on, and in Madden, that alignment is set to default. To set the base defense for this up out of cover 2 drop, we're first going to press, then pinch our linebackers, blitz the linebacker opposite the tight end, and hover on the side that you blitzed off of. And then on the snap of the football, you're going to engage with this guard, and what's going to happen is the linebacker that you blitzed is going to come in completely clean. Now, that is the base shell that we're going to be focusing on. But if you're a more advanced player, I would recommend putting both of your safeties also in outside thirds. This will do a much better job guarding corner routes. But once again, the base shell is basically a cover 2, and then on the snap of the football, you're going to engage with that guard, and you're going to have a linebacker come in completely clean at the quarterback. And as I mentioned before, this defense does a really good job against speed outs because we have a cloud on our outside corner. So when I snap the ball, what you're going to see is that the speed out is completely covered by our cloud flat. They're just not going to be able to throw it. And if they try to throw a streak later in the play, what you're going to see is that it's going to be completely covered by our safety. Our safety is going to be all over that play. As I mentioned earlier, this defense does a really good job at guarding the street corner flat concept. So what you'll notice is that the mid read on the linebacker on the tight end side is going to do a really good job at guarding this tight end seam. He's going to be all over it. So you don't have to worry about them throwing that tight end seam. And if they try to throw the corner on the break, you're going to see that our vert hook is going to be all over that. However, if we leave the defense completely stock, what you're going to see is that they're likely going to be able to throw this corner out for a big gain late in the play. And that's where our advanced adjustment comes in. Instead of leaving both safeties in deep halves, that's when you can actually put them in outside thirds. So when they try to throw this deep corner route late in the play, the outside third will be all over it. Now, as we start using the engage blitz, our opponent is going to start blocking their running back. And to counter this, or one of the ways to counter this, is to send one more person. But the way to do it is very specific. You're going to press, pinch your linebackers, blitz all your linebackers, and then you're going to hover in the left side B gap, and you're going to engage like normal. So on the snap of the football, engage like normal, and what you're going to see is the B gapper is usually still going to come in. And I'm going to do it one more time just to show you that it's consistent. You engage with this guard, even though that they're blocking their running back, right? You're going to see we're going to get one person in clean. It could either be the left side B gapper, or since we are sending another linebacker, and this is what we prefer, it could be the right side linebacker, the middle linebacker coming through the A gap. So this is a very effective way to scream at your opponent even when they start blocking their running back. Before I break down the absolute easiest way to run this defense, make sure to check out the official Nickel 3-3 game plans at victoryformation.gg. You'll get detailed write-ups and formation-specific defenses designed to shut down any offense. A victoryformation.gg membership doesn't just unlock the Nickel 3-3 game plans, it gives you access to over 100 game-changing videos and even more elite game plans to dominate the competition. So if you're ready to join thousands of players taking their game to the next level with victoryformation.gg, click the link below or scan the QR code to start improving your game today. There's an even easier way to run this defense from the play cover 2 man. To set this style of defense up, what you're going to do is likely flip your play to ensure the blitzing linebacker is opposite the tight end. Then what you're going to do is press, pinch your linebackers, and hover across the tight end over the left guard. And this is what you're going to see. Now, the important adjustments that you need to make are relative to the running back. If the running back is opposite where your user is, you're going to want to put a hard flat on the defensive end on the running back side of the field. If the running back is on the same side as your user, so let's say he's over here, that's when you're going to want to put a hard flat or a cloud flat on the outside corner on the running back side of the field. So those are the basic adjustments you're going to need to make. And the reason I love this defense so much is that it takes all of the early routes away. And that gives us time for the engage blitz to come in usually pretty clean. And if they block their running back, you could see everything on the field is covered. So if you go to instant replay, you can see that number one, the drag route is covered. This drag route is covered. This hitch or this curl route is covered. And this corner route is completely bagged. So it's a simple base shell that takes away a lot of the easy routes that people are going to try to hit on you. It's also important to note that this defense also does really well against the things that usually beat the engage blitzes in dime. So for example, if they put a speed out on the field, let's say they do it on the left, you're going to see that that speed out is completely guarded. We're all over it and we're likely going to get a pick on it. And if they try to put a streak on the field to counter our shade down man, you're going to see it's going to be bracketed by both our deep half and our man coverage. So they can't throw a speed out or a streak. Now to take away the streak corner flat concept that a lot of people use, you can outside third this safety if you'd like, but a deep half will usually work just fine. But what you're going to notice is that if they try to throw the tight end, it's going to be completely bracketed by our linebacker. We'll usually get a pick on that every time. And if they try to throw the corner route, it's going to be bracketed pretty well by our deep half and our man coverage corner. So they can't throw that either. Now, if you want to see me run this defense in a full live game environment, check out the video on screen right now.